Hi guys, this is Haunted Skull on Nostalgiatronics UK, and in today's video, you could probably guess by a short that I've uploaded recently, that today's review is going to be of probably one of the most iconic toys of all time, and a big inspiration behind many of the things that we do review on this channel, and that is Teddy Ruxpin, made by Wheels of Wonder. This is the original 1985 model, and yeah, so basically, for you guys who don't know what Teddy Ruxpin is, he's basically an animatronic talking bear, as you can see. He was the world's first animatronic talking toy, with all of the realistic movements and everything, and he was the first to actually implement that. And Grubby right here is basically his pal, one that you plug into him and he interacts with. They made quite a bunch of these back when they originally made them. They made a Mickey Mouse and Goofy one as well, which I've also got. A review on them will also come out on the channel too. But yeah, this Teddy Ruxpin right here, this is the second generation model, the plastic cassette one. From what I've noticed, the first generation ones are the ones with the metal cassette. I also did have that one at a time, but he got parted out. I'll explain that in a minute. And there's also a third generation one as well, which I've noticed the battery compartment is actually connected rather than the cover actually just coming off, which is kind of neat. But yeah, I'll give you a bit of an explanation on repairs that I kind of did to this guy, because obviously with him being nearly 40 years old, you won't expect it to fully work. But yeah, I got this guy right here back in 2021, and it was actually a bargain, £45, and all the motors were running in the head, the cassette player was working. But the thing was, I think he was a bit mistreated in a way, because the bracket inside the head was snapped, and it's causing the lower jaw to hang open and not make any contact with the motor. And also the position sensor wasn't picking up for the upper jaw. But I managed to fix the position sensor by giving the motor a clean out, and I also replaced the head bracket, and that's where the first generation Teddy Ruxpin comes into place, because I got him around the same time as I got this guy. But that one, the board was completely dead. It was getting no signs of life out of it whatsoever. So I pretty much parted it out and put the head bracket in this. And I think this still has the first generation's eyes, so that may look a slight bit different. But apart from that, the mouth's all original, faceplate is, everything else is all original on this guy. I think the t-shirt is a tiny bit faded, because I think they're supposed to be like bright red, kind of like LVL on the book right there. I've seen some others on eBay like that anyway. But the best thing about it is the fur is pretty much pristine on this guy. I couldn't be happier with that. It's just like brand new. But yeah, that's Teddy. And now on to Grubby. I got this guy a couple of weeks ago to kind of just complete the set. And I've always really liked Grubby's character and the voice actor for him. And yeah, he's actually pretty damn big as well, look, as you can see. He's got a complete plastic body, and he's pretty heavy too. But surprisingly, Grubby actually had no issues at all, which actually isn't really that surprising because he looks brand new. But a lot of you guys who are probably into these know that Grubby hardly ever comes with a cable, and most sellers on eBay do sell them as untested, and most of the ones that are working are quite overpriced, to be honest. But yeah, and the story behind the cable, I was actually searching for the Mickey Mouse and Goofy on eBay, and a seller listed this cable up as theirs, but there's one thing that you can really tell on the Grubby cable that the Mickey Mouse and Goofy one doesn't, is that, of course, the colour, and also that this has, kind of show you, this has 3 rings and quite aligned differently to how a normal cable would be, so you have to have the original cord for Grubby. I think some third-party cables work on him as well, but I'm not sure that every one of them does. so you kind of have to have the original cable for him. And I paid £2.50 for that cable as well. Absolute bargain. But yeah, I'll show you some of the accessories before I get on to showing them. Got 4 cassettes, got the airship, which I'll show in this video, the one that comes with them. Teddy Ruxpin Lullabies, All About Bears, and Teddy Ruxpin's Christmas, which I am planning on doing a Christmas special, probably later on in the year, to show them demonstrating that one, because I've got the book, and also I've got the Santa outfit for Teddy here, which would be really nice to show. And these are the books that come with them. I did used to have Teddy Ruxpin's Birthday. It came with the first generation one, but what happened to that? The cassette got really badly damaged and it will not play in them at all, so that's a bit unfortunate, but I may get it back someday. But yeah, this is the book for the airship. I'll kind of show you some of the pictures in it, because they are really nicely illustrated. You can get a grip on this. But as you can see, it's a bit of a demonstration of Teddy also makes a little sound to tell you when to turn the page, but obviously I won't be doing that in this video. But anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to pull him right over here and show you guys how to install the cassette, because I think that's really handy, and I'm not sure that really many videos show you how to do that. So we'll grab our cassette here, and this is something you want to note. Make sure the side with the roll of the tape is on the side that does not move, because this side will, effectively what it does is pull the tape to this side, and this side ends up coming full when the story is finished. And also, when the story is finished, just flip the tape and it will reset basically. So let's put that in, and before we turn him on, we're going to plug Grubby in here. Okay, he's in all the way. Makes about 2 or 3 clicks, and then he's in place. But yes, now I've got them all up ready to go. I'll just say some final things before I play him. They did release multiple versions of Teddy Ruxpin. Of course, the main way to tell is the cassette player, but they also made a remake of him in 2018, which kind of had like LCD eyes. I believe Play School made one, and it kind of looks, I think it's complete, like a smaller version of this, and yeah, I'm not sure if the mechanisms are as good quality as this version. And yeah, there's quite a few versions. I'm not going to go through all of them. And something that's really cool about them is that both of them have speakers. Like when it's time for Teddy Ruxpin to speak, he plays the sound, and when Grubby speaks, he plays his sound, which is awesome in my opinion. But yeah, without stalling the video any longer, let's flip the switch on and get these guys going.
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Can you and I be friends? I really enjoy talking to people. I would like you to meet some of my other friends too. We're going to have lots of good times together. Now, listen to this sound. That sound reminds you to open the book to page 1. Each time you hear that sound again, you turn a page, okay? There's a picture of Grubby. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. Say hello to our new friend, Grubby.
Oh, hi there. How are you?
Remember, turn the page. Hey, Grubby, do you remember this song?
Yeah, I sure do.
Your friend is what I'd like to be. Your friend, 'cause I like you. Do you like me?
My friend, I'd like for you to be. My friend, I'm nice to you, you're nice to me.
Friendship is a lovely word. It makes a lovely sound. Friends Grubby and I had always wanted to go in search of new and wonderful things. Then, one day, we found an old treasure map. The treasure was supposed to be hidden in the far-off land of Grundo. And so we left our homeland of Rilonia and set out on our great adventure. Let's go to far-off places and search for treasures bright. Grundo was a long way from Rilonia, and after walking for many days, it didn't seem like we had made much progress.
Teddy, my feet are getting sore. I must have stepped on every rock between Rilonia and here. You didn't tell me that adventure seeking would be this hard on my feet.
As you can see, Grubby does have a lot of feet to worry about. So we decided to camp there overnight. The next morning, Grubby's feet were better, and we continued on our journey. That was the day we met Newton Gimmick.
Oh, hello there. My name is Newton Gimmick, but everyone just calls me Gimmick. I'm an inventor.
Oh, yes, indeed. We discovered that Gimmick is a marvelous inventor.
Oh, I think marvelous inventor might be exaggerating. It would probably be sufficient to say wonderful inventor.
We also discovered that Gimmick is modest.
We told Gimmick that we were on a journey to find a treasure. He said that one of his latest inventions might be very useful to us. Grubby and I were very interested, so we went to Gimmick's house to see just what this new invention was.
Yes, here it is. I call it an airship.
It looks like a boat.
Well, as a matter of fact, it did start out to be a boat, but then I realized that I'm not very close to water.
No, you're not very close to water.
Yeah, it would be kind of good for a boat to be close to water.
Precisely. That was my exact conclusion. But then the idea hit me. If a boat could float on water, it could also float on air. If the air is hot, that is.
Gimmick explained that by pumping hot air into a giant airbag under the ship, the hot air would rise and cause the ship to lift off the ground. It sounded logical, but somehow something didn't seem quite right.
Teddy, something doesn't seem quite right.
As the airbag filled with hot air, the ship began to lift off the ground.
Hey, Teddy, it's working.
Yes, just as I expected. Make sure all the tether lines are tight. Everyone, get aboard.
The ship lifted off the ground, and Newton Gimmick was delighted with his new invention. But somehow something still didn't seem quite right. Do you know what it was?
Teddy, something still doesn't seem quite right. And I think I know what it is.
Hey, we're tipping over! Watch out, Grubby! The airship had turned upside down and crashed.
Apparently, something wasn't quite right.
Oh, really? Maybe it was the hot airbag trying to get out from under the ship?
Yes, Grubby. That may be it.
What Grubby said was correct. By any chance, did you expect what would happen? We discovered that the hot air should pull the ship up into the sky, not push it, which meant the ship would have to be suspended by ropes from the airbag.
Indeed, Teddy. And once we had done that, everything was all right.
Well, almost all right anyway. You see, we could make the ship go up and down okay, but we couldn't steer it very well. In fact, we got stuck in a tree. Suddenly, we heard a tiny voice.
Just what are you doing in my tree?
Who said that?
I said that, and I'll say it again. Just what are you doing in my tree?
We discovered that the voice was coming from a tiny flying lady.
Hey, would you look at that? What is it?
I'm a wood sprite.
Oh, no. There is no such thing as a wood sprite.
Oh, no? And I suppose there's no such thing as a big bag of air stuck in my tree. But there it is, big as life.
She was a real wood sprite, no bigger than a bird, and very pretty.
Well, how about moving this back? Oh. Do you really think I'm pretty?
Oh, yes, I certainly do.
Oh, aren't you sweet? And who are you?
Well, I'm Teddy Ruxpin, and this is Grubby, and this is Newton Gimmick.
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
My name is Leota.
I'm pleased to meet you, and I'm sorry if we damaged your tree.
Oh, that's all right. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, I'm not sure.
You do understand the simple basics of aerodynamics, don't you?
Huh?
Leota showed us how to get down out of the tree. Then she gave us some ideas about steering the airship.
Now, in order for your airship to move in any given direction, you must apply a force in the opposite direction, such as this large, manually driven propeller. Then you will have to know something about the effect of wind and various aspects of navigation. It's very simple.
Well, it all sounded very confusing at first, but Leota had been flying all of her life and knew just what we should do to make the airship work. And so at last the airship flew perfectly. We said goodbye to Leota.
Goodbye! Goodbye!
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone!
And we were off on our way to Grundo in search of adventure and maybe to find a treasure. Grubby and I had met two new friends, Newton Gimmick and Leota the Wood Sprite. And I think we started to learn that it probably wouldn't matter too much if we ever found the treasure or not. The important thing would be the people we would meet and the things we would discover along the way. Come and discover the world with me. There are lots of people we can meet, lots of things to see. So come and discover the world with me. Oh boy, like
What makes the leaves in autumn fall?
what irritates a honeybee,
Why are some people 6 feet tall?
and others only 3.
What makes the snow in winter fall?
How does a sheepdog see? How come my favorite rubber ball can bounce into a tree? And sometimes when I trip and fall, why does the ground jump up at me? I never thought about that.
Come and discover the world with me.
There are lots of people we can meet, lots of things to see. So come and discover the world with me. Do you think that a snowflake knows just what shape it's gonna be?
Now do you think a duck has toes?
Why does a dog have fleas?
Why are there feathers on my nose?
What causes me to sneeze?
Where does a balloon go when you set it free?
And overnight a mushroom grows, but it takes years to grow a tree.
Don't ask me.
Okay, come and discover the world with me. There are lots of people we can meet, lots of things to see. So come and discover the world with me.
Come on, Eddie, let's go.
It's a world full of wonders and fears.
Discover the world with me, my friend.
My friend.
Come and discover the world. My friend.
So there you go. That's Teddy Ruxpin and Grubby. As you can see, we're in excellent working order. I'm so happy with them. The movements are just so realistic. It reminds me of animatronics that I use at theme parks, to be quite honest. But yeah, there you go. Let me know in the comments if you actually want to see me just do demos of these and maybe a couple more stories. Obviously, I said I'll do that one at Christmas, so that'd be cool as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.